often come into my shop and say, "Pops, I've just back from schoolies week, and I'm about to embark on a 10-year nightclub binge, and I was wondering what to expect. Can you help me, Pops? Can ya?" And with that, the mist of time falls away, and I begin to reminisce about what it was like when I was young, back in the mid to late 90s. Oh, things were a lot different then.
We all had Britpop haircuts, like Blur, and to gain entrance to a club you had to dress in a style that was ironically unfashionable, like Jarvis Cocker from Pulp or Beck, without actually being genuinely unfashionable. Because of these volatile fashion irony rules, which deemed that one pair of Adidas were funky old school shell tops worthy of an 8-page spread in Face magazine, while a slightly different pair of Adidas were just a regular crappy pair of sneakers, you'd arrive at the club, not sure whether you're badly dressed in a cool retro kitsch way, or just badly dressed. In front of you in the queue, two guys would be discussing the new $1 million government campaign to make teenage binge drinking look uncool. They both thought the bit in the ad where the teenager vomits in the nightclub toilet was particularly cool. They couldn't wait to get inside. Two skinny girls would confidently strut to the head of the long queue of nervous people. They would air-kiss the bouncer and make their way in. The long queue would look on in awe and wonder what mysterious lives the girls lived and what granted them this special privilege. During the week, they stacked shelves at the same supermarket as the bouncer. A tall bloke would also walk straight on into the club, after giving the bouncer the type of convoluted hip-hop handshake that looked like the greeting that would be going around if the Wu-Tang Clan ever merged with the Freemasons. He also stacked shelves with the bouncer. There would be a gay-friendly rainbow sticker on the door, signifying just how open-minded and all-embracing the club was. Because they were so non-judgmental, they didn't care if you're gay, just if you're fat, unattractive or unfashionable. You'd finally make it in. Upon entry, your wrist would be stamped, driving home the obvious parallels with a certain period in European history. Inside, the DJ would stand behind the turntables, playing a remix of this really catchy song you like, with the catchy bit removed, as if playing Blur's Woohoo song without the woohoo bit was somehow adding to the work. In the corner, there'd be people dressed like those birds in Dr. Zeus. And because it was the hottest new movie at the time, at the bar there'd be this uber cool guy dressed like Ewan McGregor in Trainspotting, wearing a tight soccer top, looking like he came from a British Housing Commission flat. Of course, if he was the exact Australian equivalent and looked like he came from an Australian Housing Commission flat and was wearing an Australian footy top, he'd still be outside. You'd head for the toilet. Inside, some guy would be examining an ecstasy tablet he just bought, claiming it must be good. It's got the Mitsubishi logo on it, based on an article he'd read in British Mix Mag 18 months earlier. Yeah, I'm sure they're from exactly the same batch mentioned in British Mix Mag. Drug dealers have a lot of professional and personal integrity. There's no way they'd just stamp that logo on any old shit. You'd walk out of the toilets and head for the bar. The DJ would be playing a remix of that really catchy Fatboy Slim Right About Now the Funk Soul Brother song, with the Right About Now the Funk Soul Brother bit removed. On the way to the bar, you'd walk past the free postcard rack. Back then we couldn't believe you could get actual postcards for free. In fact, we thought we were screwing the system by taking a whole bunch. Sometime later it occurred to us that we'd been duped, and they were in fact just squares of cardboard with ads on them. At the bar, numerous breweries would be trying to pass off something that tasted exactly like Sub-Zero as a brand new revolution in drinking, based on the fact that their label had kinda sorta the same typeface as the one on the last Pulp album. A beautiful girl would approach you. She'd smile. You'd smile. She'd say hi. You'd say hi. You'd feel fine. She'd gaze into your eyes and ask, "What would you think is your most frequently purchased brand of full-strength beer?" She'd whip out a clipboard and start with a survey for Carlton and United breweries. While slogging through the survey, feeling kind of cheated, your luck would change. Another beautiful girl would approach you. She'd say hi. You'd say hi. She'd say, "Great shirt." You'd say, "Oh yeah." She'd then gaze into your eyes and ask, "What's your most preferred brand of menthol cigarettes?" and start with a Marlboro survey. For the first time in your life, two girls would fight over you. You wouldn't be able to take it anymore. You'd start to leave. On the way out of the club, you'd be stopped in your tracks by a group of untouchably beautiful young things, sitting on the couch with the affectations of famous people, like they're being filmed for In Bed with Madonna. During the week, they all worked in the Red Rooster opposite the supermarket. You'd walk out into the cold night air, alone. In the distance, you'd hear the DJ playing that Moby Body Rock Y'all song, with the Body Rock Y'all bit removed. You go home and kill yourself.